So, Siddhant, I have a question. Okay. I have been reading recently that, I mean, we're talking about M&E, we talked about how the writer strike happened. I actually also read about this lawsuit which is going on right now where prominent like singers and stuff like that, like Dua Lipa, are actually sort of petitioning to sort of put certain protections made into law against
Right.
AI, which is going on right now, I think, in the States. Right. But from a sort of these big production houses, right? I read that they are also now having like these in-house AI sort of committees. Do you have any idea about what those are exactly? Are they to facilitate more AI this because that goes against the whole strike and stuff like that? But like, what is exactly the point of these AI committees?
So, actually, for example, Disney has this. Disney has an in-house AI committee, and these committees right now are being formed as a stopgap solution.
Mm-hmm.
Their entire function is not well defined.
Mm-hmm.
But if by chance, say for example, Disney is working with a localization vendor, or Disney is working with someone who's going to do VFX for them, if that vendor by mistake says that we use AI powered solutions, the first thing Disney will do is involve this committee. It'll make the buy time a lot longer because the committee will vet everything AI that you do. And actually nowadays vendors have sort of, when they go to these content owners like an NBC, a Peacock, a Disney, they talk about automation. They don't talk about AI as openly. I'm sure they will. It's a matter of time, but they don't, simply because there is a certain ethical and a certain regulatory concern regarding AI. And this has hit the M&E industry very hard. Like I said, this led to the strikes also, simply
Mm-hmm.
because there are three main things that lead to this concern. One
Uh-huh.
is, all these LLMs have been trained on models that have gotten all this M&E information without any explicit confirmation given by these content owners that yes, you can use our content to train
To
your
chat
models,
train, correct.
right? So that has become a problem, and digital rights management is becoming a huge thing. So
Uh-huh.
what actually a lot of companies are coming to us and saying is that we are okay if AI uses our models, but
Mm-hmm.
we want to sell it. We don't want to give it for free. It's a very corporate capitalist view that they've taken, that okay, AI is here to stay. So if you're going to use AI in our environment, we want it to be sandboxed. If you're going to use AI to train, if you're going to use our content to train your AI, we want to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first sort of gray area that's still being navigated. The second one is when it comes to these individual artists, like you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So artists are looking to lease out rights to their voice, lease out rights to their even for example digital clones, because they feel that okay, you know what, the art has originated with me. It's my personal style, my personal voice that you want to
Mm-hmm.
use it, that's fine, but once again you need to ensure that I am given due credit or royalty for it. It's
Mm-hmm.
basically like when a book is being adapted into a movie nowadays, the author gets royalty, right?
Yeah.
So this is similar to what the artists are demanding. They're saying, hey, you know what, you want to use our work, you want to use my talent to train your models, go ahead and do it, but then I demand royalty every time that model uses or showcases my talent.
Yeah.
And the third, I think, major concern that comes into this industry is how will you figure this out going forward. So say for example in Bangalore itself, in Karnataka, I'm not sure if it was in Bangalore, there was a film which was AI only.
Yeah.
Everything was created using prompts. And so is that what it takes? Is that just what it takes going forward? Will I just need a very creative prompt engineer and I'll say, hey, I want Amitabh Bachchan's voice, or I
Mm-hmm.
want Scarlett Johansson's acting, and this is the movie, this is the plot, this is scene one, scene two, everything. Feed it into a LLM and get an output. And how are you going to claim? Who's going to claim rights to it? How are you going to say that this is something that was created using XYZ's data?
Mm-hmm.
So data protection, rights management, licensing is going to become very important in the media and entertainment industry going forward, because at the end of the day, if people can just replace creative people using LLMs, then it's going to cause a major disruption. I personally, and I'll come to that later, don't feel that's how it will be going down, but that is the scare that exists today.
I mean, there's this very good. Actually, what you're talking about reminds me of this very good Black Mirror episode. I don't know if you guys have seen that, where basically there it's like, of course, Black Mirror is all about these dystopian futures. So
Yeah.
it's basically this random lady who regular, who goes to office every day, has a husband, all these goes to basically thing. Basically, in the I agree to terms and conditions you take before
Right.
when you sign up for a OTT platform. Apparently, she signed away the rights to her entire life, and the AI surveyed her through her TV and stuff like that, and through all the various gadgets, and created a show based on her
Life.
what based on her life, and in her place cast Salma Hayek, in AI generated Salma Hayek, and basically created an entire show which went very viral. But neither did the person whose story it was based on, like, whose life it was based on, and did Salma Hayek get any royalties basis that. They were just given, like, Salma Hayek was probably just given like a little bit of a fee to sort of use her face or whatever, but essentially there were no royalties, nothing, and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
mean, this is of course a very extreme kind of situation, but yeah, it's
But
like a
yeah,
fear.
this
Yeah,
is the fear that exists, that okay, you're going
correct,
to use my talent without attributing any of it to me,
correct.
and that's going to be a problem. But yeah, so that's the ethical concern, the regulatory concern in M&E.